For loop. Okay, thank you. Next, we'll use for loop. It is again a loop only, which the syntax is slightly different here. If you have learned C or Java or C Sharp, you might know it is slightly complicated. You have to use a lot of semicolon and brackets and all that. But here it is very easy. So in Python, the syntax will be like this: for I in range, let's say I in range of 5, and I'm trying to print I. That's it. It is easier than while loop here. There's no need to increment the value and no need to check or anything. It will automatically loop. This will loop 5 times. Okay. And the value of I will be this range of 5 is same as whenever we give, let's say, range of 5, this is similar to like this, similar to this 0, comma 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma. This range of 5 is this. So instead of giving like this, we just simply give range of 5. That means 5 elements beginning with 0 to 4. That means the value of I will be 0 in the beginning. Then automatically it will become 1, 2, 3, and 4. We do not have to increment it manually. So let's say I run this program printing 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So exact same thing if I have to write in using while loop is first I have to give I equals 0 while I is less than 5. Okay. Now, then I have to print I, and then I have to increment also I. This is the same thing. Using for loop, we can achieve the same output using just 2 lines. In while loop, we have to initialize, you have to check, then you have to increment and all that. Right? Okay. So let's say I want to print, if I give here 1:5, that means it is, sorry, 1, comma. Okay, so if I give 1,5, so it is starting, so it will have 5 elements, which is 0 to 5, but we are starting from the first, the index 1. Index 1 is the second position. It is not going to print 0, it will print 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, if I give 0, 5, then it will begin with 0. So now I have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now third, one more attribute is step. If I give 0, 5, 2, now this is a step count. So it will print alternate numbers. It will print 0, then it prints 2, then it prints 4. Okay, 0, 2, 4. So this is a step count. Let's say I want to print only even number between 1 and 10. Sorry, 0. To print even number between 1 and 10, I give 0, 10, and then give a step of 2. It prints 0, 2, 4, 6. And if I want to begin with 2, let's give 2. It's printing 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay. And so this is the syntax: range, initial value, total number of elements, and there is a step. If you don't give anything, if you simply give 10, it will print 0 to 9. Okay? 0 to 9 is getting printed. So that is what the for loop is. Okay, now both while and for loop has a else part. This is again a very interesting thing in Python compared to other languages. Let's say I can give an else here. So print loop completed. Okay, that means it is going to print um, now in this program, it is going to print 0 to 5, 0 to 4. See, 0 to 4, and then it is printing loop completed. See here, 0 to 4 and loop completed. So what the else part means, after all the iteration of for loop, it will go to else part and print loop completed all the time. So this else is there in while also. Okay, we can use same syntax in while also. I can use it like I equal 0, I give, right? While I less than 5, and I give here print I. Now here also similarly I can give else part, same thing. Right? See the syntax here, the same thing in the same while we give else. So after all the iteration of while loop, it will come to the else part, and then it will print loop completed. Similarly here, all the iteration of for loop, for that comes to the else part. That means all the time it will print loop completed. Okay, in this program, all the time it will print loop completed. Let's say I give here break statement. Okay, I give a break statement. So at this scenario, what will happen is the range of I is, so it will print the first time the value of I is 0, it will print 0, and then there is a break statement. Okay. The moment it hits the break statement, it will exit the loop. It will exit the loop. It will not even print loop completed. Okay, if I run this, it's printing only 0 and it comes out. It will not go to this else part because we have used a break statement. If statement, we use else statement, but it prints false statement like when it is not true. Exactly. It's a very good question. So the confusion that we are getting is, see in, yeah, why only 0? Yes. So I think you got a question here. So normally what we have learned in if is, okay, now let me comment this. So if you have to comment the whole section, in Visual Studio, just hold down Control and then press slash. Everything gets commented. Control slash. You have to use it. Okay. Now the general question my students ask is this else is like I equals 0. So I give if I less than 2, print let's say true, else. So this is what we have learned so far, right? That means if this condition is true, only then this is going to execute. Only if this condition false, else. So in this case, all the time false will not execute. All the time, sorry, else will not execute in the case of if. Okay, in the case of if, only if the condition is false, it will come to the else part. If condition is true, that means in this block of code, either line number 3 will execute or line number 5 will execute. That is what we have learned so far using else. But that is not the scenario in for or while loop, because here the else is not, the else is not for this if condition. Okay. Else we are using, even though it is slightly misleading, because when the moment we see else, we think, okay, either this will happen or this will happen. It is not like that. Here else in the sense, after the loop is completed, this will get executed. Okay. Now, I mean, we can only understand the meaning of this if we use a break statement. Otherwise, this has actually no meaning. No meaning. That means I can give here. See, this is the statement. So this statement will do what? It will print 0 to 4 and it will print loop completed. See, all the time it will do the same thing. See, all the time it will do the same thing. But if I want to put a, that means let's say program completed. Now that this will make more sense to you people. Program completed. Okay. So that means all the time it will show program complete. But if I want to give a condition here, okay, if some error, then break. That means program is not completed successfully. Correct? Program not completed successfully. So add to. In those scenarios, we have to take the advantage of else. Because now, no matter what you give, let's say if I give here, if I equals 3, okay, if I give a break statement, so it will break the loop, that is true, but it will still print program completed successfully. See, 0, 1, 2, 3, program completed successfully. This should not happen. Let's say I give I equals 2, it will print 0, 1, 2, program completed successfully. This should not happen. If there is any error, if there is any break here, something went wrong. Let's say I make it more meaningful for you so that you get the idea. Something went wrong. That means if it is equal to 2, that means something went wrong, and then break. Okay. So now if I run this does not make any sense because it is printing 0, 1, 2. Something went wrong also it is coming. Program completed successfully also it comes. That should not happen. In that scenario, you use else. You use else. That means if you break the loop, then this else part will not execute. If something went wrong, it will not execute. Program successfully, completed successfully, will not come. Does that answer your question? Whoever has asked me, is it clear now? Else, the confusion is not there, no? Okay, great. Thank you. All right, let's move. So nested for loop. So we have seen the while for loop. Similarly, we have nested for loop also, which is very easy to write and understand. For I in range of, let's say for I in range of 5, again I give for j in range of 5, I'm printing I comma j. Okay, so it is a nested loop. So now first in line number 3, the value of I is 0, value of j is 0. So 0, 0 it prints and is give a comma. It print in a straight line, see 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4, 0, then 1, 0, 1, 1. Let me make it small so that you read it easily. Coming like this, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2. In while loop, we got in a matrix kind of thing, right? So we give additional print statement here. So after every row, it should print a blank line. Should print a blank line. See, now it's printing 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1. Got it? This is a nested loop, a matrix kind of thing. And first inner loop will complete, then outer loop will complete. The inner loop, everything will print in a straight line. As soon as the whole line is completed, it will print a blank line and then again starts. Okay, so this is what is a nested for loop, same as while. Okay, this all try, then you get it. Now we have learned list, tuple and all yesterday. Today we'll learn how to loop through that. Okay, before I continue, somebody asked a question yesterday. about appending. So someone asked, we were learning, I think, list, I think, right? We're learning list. So the example was this one. So I gave like, let's do my list equals. So list was 1 plus 5 2 7 1. So we were learning a method called append. Okay. So I give my list dot append. I give 9. Okay. So now the 9, like we learned yesterday, 9 will be added in the end. If I give print my list, it is going to print all the values including 9. 9 is in the end. You see, 9 got added in the end. Okay. So somebody asked, I want to add multiple, right? So I want to add like 9, comma 8, comma 7, comma 3. Let's say I want to add multiple in the list. So I told you in append it's not possible, right? We cannot. And I told you a different way of doing it. So if you want to add multiple values in the list, we use a different function called extend. Okay. So we use extend. When we use extend, this is going to merge in that. So now you see extends. Sorry, it has to be in a list. Okay. So now, so because we want to add a multiple set of value, right? So this is a multiple. So we have a list. We have to add multiple values. Append cannot be used. We have to use extend. When we use extend, now you see 9813 also got added in the list. So whoever has asked this question yesterday, if he's present or she's present, this is the answer for that. Okay, to add multiple value, append will not work, but extend we have to use. Okay. And next thing which we had an issue yesterday was sort. So we tried sort, had some error came there. So if we use sort, like my list has 15271, and then I give my list dot sort, so it will it will sort the list in this order. So 11257. Okay. The list has been sorted in ascending order. So by default, it will sort in ascending order. If you want to sort in a descending order, give reverse equals true. Your parameter reverse equals true. So now the list will be sorted in a descending order. Let's see, 75211 is coming. Okay. So that is what was sort. And then we had another function, another method called reverse. So now what will happen is the first, my list is having a particular order, right? Whatever value, particular order. It is 1, 5, 2, 7. Let's say I make it 9. So this is the order. It is not in ascending or descending order, but it is in a particular order as given here, 1, 5, 2, 7, 9. If I give reverse, then it is going to reverse the list as it is. See, printing 97251. It is not ascending or descending. It has simply reversed this list. Okay. So this is from yesterday what we could not do it. I thought I'll cover this today. Okay. So thank you for asking the question, whoever has asked that question yesterday. Let's continue with loop. So how do we loop through list? Now this is a list of items. So we have only seen just now like I in range of 3. This is what we have seen today in loop, and then I give print I. So in this example, in this I in range of 3 means 0, 1, 2, it is printing 0, 1, 2, and then it is exiting. So instead of range, the only difference is if I want to print all the values of this list, right? Instead of range of 3, you just give the list name, which is my list. So for I in my list, it is going to print I. right? So now it is going to print the values of I. See 15279, it is printed. So this is how we loop through list. So in is an operator here. I in my list going to print like that. This holds well for tuple and set as well. Like even if this is a tuple, same operation. If it is a round bracket. Now this is not list. Actually, it is a tuple, even though it names is my list. If you run it, it runs perfectly fine. 5279. For I in my list is what you need to remember. Same thing, even if it is set, I give in curly brackets. If set also is the exact same method for I in my list. So whether it is a list or tuple or set, we just iterate like this. Okay. Thank you. So now let's say we want to convert list to a set. I think this we did yesterday. No, let's say this my list is a set of, yes. Okay, so it is 1519 is what my list. Now, if I want to convert this to a set, okay, you just give my set equals set of my list. Okay. So now what I have done is I have converted list into set, and now I'm trying to print. So the value of list was 1519. Now I'm converting that list into a set, which is my set. Third line, I'm trying to print my set. Can somebody tell me what is the output of this program? If I print my set, what is going to print? Any idea what it's going to print? Because list has 4 elements, 1519. 159, exactly. Thank you, 159, 1519. Somebody saying 159. Okay, so let's see. There was some mixed answer. Let's see what it comes. So I run it. It is throwing me 159. The reason is set cannot have duplicate values, right? List can have. So in this list, 1 was duplicated. There was 2 times 1 was given. The moment we convert this list into a set, the set will automatically become unique numbers. That is why 159. And if I print list, list will have all values. List is going to have all values. See 1519, everything is in the list, but set will have only 159. Okay, thank you. Thank you all for answering. So this is how we convert. The reason why I gave this example is, let's say, let's say you are storing here somebody's attendance detail, right? So I have here attendance. Now this could be employee IDs. And this is whenever somebody walks inside the office building, whenever they swipe their, ID card, it is capturing. That means this ID who is one, he has entered in the building twice, has come inside, went out, and again came inside. So if you want to capture attendance, we don't have to capture like twice, right? But this is capturing like that. Again, it is going inside, again coming. That 5 is again gone outside and again came. Again, 5 is gone outside and came. 1 is again gone. So this is the data we have, because this is what we have given. I mean, we have been given this the data. Now we have to extract total number of people who have at least come inside the building once. That means we want unique of these things. So in that scenario, we just convert this into Set, that's it. If I give set of attendance, okay, now we have captured the unique of it. Now if I print ATT, it is going to print the unique values. So these are the people who came into the building at least once, 159. This is the practical use of converting list into set. Okay, now we'll see dictionary. Dictionary is slightly different to loop through because it is having two-dimensional, correct? So set, list, and tuple was easy. It was just straightforward. Just for I in, give the tuple or list, it was working. But here it is slightly different. Okay, so here we have a dictionary. This is the key. Rohan is the key, and this designation is the value. Here is the key, this is the value. Rohan is the key, this is the value. Now, if you want to loop through a dictionary, you have to give it like this: for key comma value in cust.items. What is cust? Cust is the name of the dictionary. Items you have to give because items will have the collection. Okay. Key comma value means key will print the keys and value will print the value. See, I'm printing key dash value. So it is going to print the name and their designation. See, it's printing name dash designation, name dash designation, name dash. This is how we loop through dictionary. Okay. Now this is not a keyword. I can give k comma v also. It's just a variable. K comma v in cust.items means the first will be the key and second is the value. Okay. If I want to print only the key, simply print k. Simply print k. It is going to print only the keys. Rohan Ria. This is the syntax to loop through a dictionary. Any question in dictionary? Okay. No, okay. Thank you. So this also you need to just give it a try once. Now already we have been seeing in operator. In operator is just like any other operator. Already you have seen no, for I in and all that. So let's say there is a string variable here. The world. Now if I try, let's say I say check equals, I give here hello in str. So str is a variable which is having a text hello world. Now when I give hello, so let's say if I give, so what is happening is it will check whether this hello word exists in str or not. Okay. So now if I try to print check, tell me what will be the output. The str is a variable which has hello world. Below we are checking, or this can be any variable. Okay, it can be C also. Don't get confused about check. It can be C also. So hello in str, it will check if hello exists in str or not. It is going to store true. Yes, thank you. That's the answer. So it will check if hello exists in str or not. If it exists, then the value of C is going to be true. If it does not exist, it will be false. So true. Okay, that because hello exists in it. That's what in operator. Okay, now this can be anything. This can be list also. Okay, this can be list also. I give 1, 3. Okay, so now here if I check, let's say 1 in str or not, it's printing false because this is a string again. We're checking for a string. I don't think one will check straight away like that. It's printing false. Sorry, true. So one exists in this string, so it is going to print true. Yes, thank you. That is what in operator is. In the future programming, we'll use this in operator. All right. Now we'll quickly go to arrays. So so far we have seen the loop, the conditional thing, if else, switch case, match case. Then we have seen while loop, for loop, and in if and else condition, we have seen pass statement, break statement, and continue statement. Okay. Then we have seen how to loop through list, tuple, and set, as well as dictionary. Okay. Now we'll go and check another data type called arrays. So in Python, what is arrays, right? So now one thing we need to understand is it is similar to list. This is one of the very standard question in interviews they ask actually, what is the difference between list and arrays in Python. So in list, we can store multiple data types. I can have numbers, okay, I can have decimals, I can have string. This is possible in list, okay? But in arrays, it is not possible. In arrays, we need to have same data type. So one reason is we use list because if there is a requirement of multiple data type, then you use list. Okay. If it is the same data type, then you use array. Second is arrays will be much faster than list because arrays will be of same data type, and also it gets stored in the same in an adjacent memory location. It will be in the same location. List means this one can be somewhere else, three can be somewhere else, hello can be somewhere else. We don't know. It can be scattered in different places because there are different data types. This is one standard question. They ask what the difference between list and arrays. Okay, so let's come to array. So we cannot have array like this. This is not possible because array cannot have multiple data types. Okay, it can have only, let's say, number or text or whatever. Let's say 1, 3, 5, 6. So one difference is array cannot be declared like this, not like, square brackets and all that. How we, if you want to give, store array, we have to import. This import we'll learn shortly what import means. So to import a library, inbuilt library called array, and just give some variable array, ARR. So let's see here. So I'm creating an array A. The way to create array is we give A equals ARR dot array. This array is of type integer, and then the value is 1, 2, 3. List how we give? Just give, list and just give 1, 2, comma. This is how we done list. List is this one line straightforward. But array, we have to import the module first and then create it. All right, so now let's focus only on array. Now this line, if you are not able to get it, do not worry. When we learn these functions and all, that time I'll teach you what it is. But now just understand that to create an array, we need to give this line. Okay, now this array is the inbuilt, module in Python. This ARR is just a variable. I can have AR also. This can be anything. This can be anything. It's just our own variable. If you want to create an array, just give AR or whatever dot array, type of the array, and then the value. Okay. This is what you need to remember. Now, if you want to access it, is the same like it. Okay, so it's the same thing for I in A. A is an array which has 3 values, and now we're printing it. So 1, 2, 3 got printed. Okay. If you want to give a character, use U. U is for character. Okay. Now, if we give U like that, now this becomes character, but this is given integer, so it is throwing an error. Given double quotes. Okay. So now it is printed. Now, even though it is printing same 1, 2, 3, but actually these are characters. U is for characters, and if you want to give float, then use F here. Okay, the type of the array should be given here, and then the value. Remaining, it's all same. You access it in a similar fashion. Looping should be same. Now, okay. That means using index, we can access, right? So now here, A is an array. It has 3 values. If I try to print A of 0, it is going to print 1. The first value got printed. That is what array is. Now, just like lists, in arrays also, we have so many functions, append and all that we can use here. Okay, append means if you want to add something in the end, just give a dot append. Let's say I give 9. 9 will get appended in the array. Now, if I simply print the whole array, it's going to print 1, 2, 3, and 9. Okay, 9 got appended. Similarly, we have, sorry. No, sort is having an issue here again. Okay, we'll check it as a list actually. Sorry, that's a list. Okay, similarly, we have here what append, count, extend, all these are the function. Let's say I give count, print, a dot count is going to print how many times a is there. Sorry, 1 is there. It's printing 2 because 2 times 1 is there. And extend, just now I told you, extend is same like list. Once you give extend, it is going to add more values. Append will add only 1 value. That is straightforward. Then we have same insert, pop. These all are straightforward. You need to just try once. I give insert 0, comma 0, comma I give, let's say 9. Okay. So I inserted this, printing A. So 9 got inserted in the first position. So 0, comma 9 means it is first position. Is got inserted. Extend is again same thing. You want to extend 9, comma 4 got extended. So now 9 and 4 got added in the array. Okay. So that is what count, extend, insert, pop and remove is same like list. So what will happen if I give pop? Just give a dot pop, and then if I print a, can you tell me what will be the output of this? Somebody? The array has 1, 1, 3. I give a dot pop, and then I print a. It is going to print 1, 1. It is saying 1, 1. Okay. Let's see. It's printing 1, 1 because the last element got erased. So it does remove the last element is just opposite of append. Pop will remove the last element. All right. Then we have remove and then index. So let's say I give a dot remove 1 and I try to run this. The first occurrence of 1 got removed and only 1 and 3 is left. That's what remove is. Then if I give a dot index of 1, it is going to throw the index of a dot index. You have to print. Okay, so print a dot index of 1. It should print the first index of 1, which is 0. Okay, that is what index is. Pretty much same thing, right? Same thing. And then we have reverse. To reverse the array and then print it. So a dot reverse means the array will, it will be 311, right? It will reverse the array. Now it is going to print the 311. It has reversed the array. Yes, that's pretty much. And if you want to convert the other way, like if you want to make it from the array to list, you simply give to list. So I give, let's say, my list equals a dot to list of a. So now the array A will be copied into a list. So if I give my list, so now my list will be getting printed. Okay. So now see this come into a list now. So now 113 is a list. It was an array earlier. I gave it to list method and converted into a list. All right. So that is pretty much about array operations. Now we get into